Minister of National Mobilization and Social Development Frederick Stevenson has told an international conference that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is taking the issue of disaster risk reduction seriously and is fully aware of the consequences of disasters in the Caribbean and elsewhere. Minister Stevenson told a panel discussion in Paraguay that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has set up the Ministry of Economic Development, which deals with the issues of development planning and economics and climate change. Stevenson, speaking at the first meeting of the ministers and high-level authorities on the implementation of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction 2015-2030, said that as a small island developing state which had to face numerous disasters, including one in December 2014 which claimed several lives, his island is fully aware of the importance of disaster risk mitigation. He said, having to put a number of structures in place to mitigate the effects of climate change, he is satisfied that work on the Comprehensive Disaster Risk Reduction Program has begun. The Criminal Investigation Department, CID, of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has launched operations, TIFOs, Take Illicit Firearms Off the Streets, as a solution to stop St. Vincent and the Grenadines' recent surge in gun violence, which has claimed 14 lives so far in 2016. Assistant Superintendent of Police, Counsel Francis, is currently in charge of the CID, said the department has adopted a zero-tolerance approach to unlicensed firearms. ASP Francis warned holders of unlicensed firearms to hand them over to the police or face the consequences. He also urged members of the public who have knowledge of persons with illegal firearms to inform the police. A police officer on duty in Kingstown drew his service pistol in an apparent attempt to break up a fight between two secondary school students on Friday, one of whom is said to have had a knife. The incident occurred on Halifax Street between the Island Revenue Department and the former NCB building, which now houses the registry. A witness said the students engaged in the fight, two boys, seemed to be Form 2 and Form 3 students. It is not clear what caused the squabble, but a video of the incident posted on Facebook, which IKtv News was able to obtain, shows the officer holding one of the students and walking on the pedestrian crossing towards the other student, who was being held by someone else, seemingly a civilian. But the student who was being held by the civilian broke free and charged across the street toward the police officer and the other student. Allied aircraft en route to St. Vincent and the Grenadines from Barbados on Friday, June 10, 2016, had to abort landing due to a laser light which beamed into the cockpit of the aircraft. According to an emergency release from the Director of Airports received from the API, the pilot reported that the incident occurred when he was preparing to land at the East Joshua Airport approximately 9:20 p.m. The aircraft was very close to a touchdown and had to pull up and abort landing. The release detailed that the pilot has reported that the beam seems to have originated in the Dorchester Queens Drive area. The fact that the pilot had to abort the landing gives an indication of the seriousness of this act. The release further stated that the pilot needed to take drastic action to prevent what could have been a major accident. A decision was made to divert the flight in the interest of safety. The flight returned to Barbados without landing at the E.T. Joshua Airport. There has been a vehicular accident in Layou, located in central Leeward constituency. The accident involved 3 Toyota Hiace minivans. One of the minivans apparently went over an embankment and was badly damaged. We have more from this mobile news. government has secured assistance from an international agency to finance the repair of secondary and feeder roads in this country which are in poor condition. Speaking at a press conference, Minister of Economic Planning and Sustainable Development, Camilo Gonzalez, said the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, KFAED, has approved a soft loan of 4 million Kuwaiti dinars, which is the equivalent of approximately 13 million EC dollars. Minister Gonzalez said the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines had approached the Kuwait funds as well as OPEC Fund for International Development, OFID, to help finance an extensive road repair program here. Minister Gonzalez said he met with representatives of both entities in Jamaica, where he recently attended the Caribbean Development Bank CBC Board of Directors and Board of Governors meeting. Minister Gonzalez noted that OFID, which is to provide the government with the additional component of funds needed to undertake the road repairs, has agreed in principle to provide the funds, but details regarding the precise terms of the arrangement are still being finalized. Steps are being taken by the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries to expand the marketing of agricultural commodities from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Minister of Agriculture Sabato Caesar said that this forms part of the 20.1 days plan for the agricultural sector, which seeks to improve profitability for farmers. According to NBC News, Minister Caesar stated that over the past 2 years, trade had been done in a haphazard manner because of the absence of a regular board system, and the marine transportation is crucial to the sustainability of the local agricultural sector. He said 3 vessels have now been assigned for the shipment of local agricultural commodities regionally and will depart Port Kingstown on Mondays. Minister Caesar is encouraging traffickers and traders who are interested in trading to the Northern Islands, in particular St. Kitts, Antigua, St. Thomas, St. Martin, Tortola and Virgin Gorda, to go to the Ministry of Agriculture to register. More local news when we come back. Stay with us.